Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another cheese compilation. We're going to start off today with a game between Tentacule and Shamrock on Paladino Terminal, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the Cheeser. According to the two SCVs he sent out, the Red Terran player Shamrock, representing TH. And in the top left side of the map, we have the Blue Zerg player. It is Tentacule, who's actually the one who's cheesing, because holy smokes, drone rush, Batman. All the drones are here. They're all coming across, all 12 of them, moving across the map. SCV scouts this. This is why you scout, you guys. Shamrock sees it coming. What's he got to do? He just has to fight. He just has to fight against this is what he has to do. SCVs do pretty well against drones in straight-up battles. I'm liking the positioning here. Wait. Just bypassing all of the attacking drones and running for their lives. Now, here's the thing. Oh, what a beautiful play here. The SCVs recognize we can kill the hatchery. It can't lift. It can't lift, Captain. My command center, on the other hand, can totally lift. Which means I think the Terran player has this. What a brilliant way to handle this, to handle the drone rush. Just send your SCVs out across the map. Try to take down the hatchery of your opponent. The drones are actually might get up. Oh, no, they decide to stay. They're grouping. I don't know, man. Who can tell what drones are trying to do? So SCVs have arrived at Tentacule's base, getting a nice surround on this hatchery. The DPS of these guys is like 4 damage, 5 damage. Weapon speed 1.07 doesn't add up very quickly, but we'll get there. I mean, the hatchery is already down to 1,000 hit points out of 1,500. I think they might get this before the drones arrive. It's going to be close. It is going to be close. Shamrock with the lull. I am loving this out of Shamrock. Drones come in and they attack. No. SCVs, turn around, fight. Oh, they're running. The SCVs are actually running. They lost one SCV, but now they're heading home. They actually have some SCVs mining back home here. They could do some repairs to these dudes. This is crazy. I'm liking this one. I'm liking this entry. It's one of the ones that got chosen by my screeners. Special thanks to all of them. Special thanks to Billy, Don, Uncle Vinny, SO Micron, Nick. I mean, all those guys work so hard to make sure you get the very best cheese sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of cheese. I don't know what... Shamrock sends his most wounded SCVs back to be repaired, I think is what it is. And the rest of his SCVs are just leading the rest of the drones on a merry little chase around the map here. So while there's a bit of a break in the action, my screeners would like to remind you all that just straight up Zergling rushes and straight up Terran Marine pushes aren't cheese. They're not particularly interesting to screen or watch. So if you want to send in your cheese, make sure that they're interesting in some way like this. Like this is really weird. I've never seen this before. It's a great strategy out of the Terran player. If it's something I've never seen before, that helps a lot. Helps a lot. Also, higher level stuff is greatly appreciated. Grandmaster, Master, especially well-executed cheese is a good time. Not that I'm not going to cast the lower level stuff. This is a platinum game, is what it is. So again, interesting is more important than high level. I mean, if it's a high level straight up like 12 pool, big stinking deal. Nobody cares. So drones are picking off SCVs one by one here. 5 SCVs have died. Shamrock running, but he's just basically taking up behind this is what he's doing. He's basically has rebuilt 5 SCVs back home at his command center. He's got a barracks coming up here as well. He's all walled off. The drones can't do anything about this. This drone for Tentacule says, oh snap. Oh snap, this is bad. The SCVs, I don't think have any intention of ever getting up here and messing with this hatch ever again. They're just keeping the rest of the drones busy. Little groups of drones from Tentacule running around. I think they're going to try to get up here. Lift the supply depot. Shamrock, lift your supply. Oh, thank goodness that drone stopped to attack it. Otherwise, I don't think Shamrock would have lifted it. So here we go. Drones, how many can attack this? 3 drones can attack this supply depot with their 5 damage, but the Marine is out. Marine is out for Shamrock. The repair bots are here, and that's it. Tentacule is gone. Tentacule is defeated, and Shamrock was victorious. Brilliant play by Shamrock. 10 points to Gryffindor on that one. Ah, so good. All right, we're going to move on to game number 2 coming up in just a second. Our compilation will continue with a game between Pragun and Nock on Belshire Vestige, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Nock. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Pragun. Okay, so who's going to be our cheeser today in this PvP? Again, highly recommended by my screeners on this one. Trying to keep the ones that were the most recommended of all of them in the start of the cheese compilation, because I feel like some of you probably won't finish, and hey, why not see the best cheese first of all, is how this is going to work today. So probe scouting is Pragun, or is it probe scouting, or is it cannon rushing? It is cannon rushing out of Pragun here. So again, cannon rushes by themselves, like if you just straight up cannon rush and the player dies in the first 3 minutes, not particularly interesting. There's got to be a spin on it, so I assume there's a spin on this game, because several of my screeners did say, got a lot of cannon rushes this time, man. It's just like, I cannon rushed this guy, and he didn't respond well, and he straight up died, and that was it. Just not interesting. Not interesting cheese, you guys. Protoss players, I understand your cheese options are somewhat limited, but let's get some creativity. I believe in my Protoss viewers and subscribers. You guys can do this. You can do it. I am believing. All right, Prygon throwing down pylon on the high ground, photon cannon on the low ground here against his Protoss opponent, who's just getting his gateway out right now. Does he see any of this stuff? Does Nock see this? Nock does not see this. Well placed by Prygon. This is going to get up, and the second cannon is going to get up in range of this gateway, and I think that's going to might be all she wrote for Nock here. So again, I'm trusting this is a situation where this game's a little more interesting than it appears right now. This cannon is so well placed. Look at this. Floating up over the edge, over the photon cannon, and killing any probes that try to get us around on this cannon. This is perfectly placed. But wait, Nock has a pylon of his own inside Prygon's base. Oh, Prygon does not see this either. Stealing the gas. Prygon has stolen Nock's gas. The cannon is up on the high ground inside Nock's base, now going after the gateway, a gateway of his own. Prygon is building a base inside his opponent's base. But guess what? Robotics facility coming in for Nock inside Prygon's base. What? What is going on? 2 cannons for Prygon, going after the cybernetics core, going after the gateway. I don't know how much Nock cares about this right now, but he needs to do something, or he's going to straight up lose his Nexus and all of his workers, and that will be all she wrote. I don't think he saves this. All of his hopes have got to be on this robotics facility he's making back home. Could a single Immortal win this thing? Is that where we're counting on? Gateway, Immortal, not kind of saving up his money right now, recognizing I can't save this. Maybe get some stalkers out, maybe to get in warping and photon cannons from this left side, but I just don't see it working. Cybernetics core getting slowly whittled down by these 2 cannons. Additional pylons coming up for Prygon. Another cannon coming up. This cannon can hit the assimilator, so slowing down the gas income. Actually, even hitting the probes who are getting gas off this assimilator is pretty good. So Nock's not going to have a lot of gas here. Oh, the probes! The probes found it! It is an Immortal. It's an Immortal coming in for Nock, but I just don't know. I don't know if there's like this thing. Wait, what is Nock doing? Is Nock trying to trap all these probes in here? He kind of made a wall of supply depots. Prygon's probes are trapped. They're trapped inside this wall of pylons. They're trying to get out. Well placed with this pylon, by the way, from Nock. It is very hard for these probes to get to. And there's a Zealot and an Immortal coming out here. Can these probes get out? Can they get out? Oh, the Immortal's out! The Immortal's out! And the probes are trying to take him down. This gateway needs to make the Zealot immediately, but no, the probes run. I think the probes might have had it. The Immortal's up to 5 kills, but he's not entirely immortal. A Zealot for Prygon's in here inside Nock's base. This is going to turn into a base race. Ladies and gentlemen, a very quick base race indeed. Nock, the Immortal, has to kill... Oh, he killed one of Prygon's pylons. And it looks like Prygon's abandoned his base. He's sending all of his probes down. Wait, just kidding. He's not. Oh, Nock's put up a base inside Prygon's natural. Nock. I'm liking this. Prygon's probes come all the way back home to try to take down this last Nexus of Nock's. I mean, last Nexus, because this Nexus inside his main base will be killed eventually by this cannon. Immortal can't decide quite what to do. Do I save the Nexus? Save the Nexus. Another Immortal's out for Nock. Aw, Zealot popped out. Had to kill his own pylon to escape. Come on, Zealot. Come join the party. Come join the party. I think Nock might win this thing, ladies and gentlemen. Cannons going after this Nexus. By cannons, I mean 1 cannon. Going after the Nexus. The probes are just so indecisive. Prygon's like, do I try to attack down there? Do I try to attack up here? I can't mind because there are 2 Immortals and a Zealot up here in my own base. Immortal for Nock. Going after these probes. These probes, their best bet was to surround this Immortal and try to kill it because there's no way they have enough DPS. And there it is. Not even a good game. Just a quick rage quit from Prygon. Prygon is defeated and Nock was victorious. Nock. Well done. Well done indeed. Gets cannon rushed, sees it, goes for the proxy robotics facility gateway inside the cannon rusher's base. Beautiful response. And gets it done. All right, so that's it for game number 2. We'll be back with game number 3 from Falcon Paladin in just a second. Welcome back to Falcon Paladin's Cheese Compilation number 9. This will be a game between Evil and Lizard on Belcher Vestige, the latter edition. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Terran player. It is Evil. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Lizard, representing Ooze. For some reason, Lizard reminds me that I watched Mystery Science Theater 3000 last night with my wife and a couple of my sisters. Not the reboot, the one with Mike in it instead of Joel. I'm not entirely sure what order those go in, but the robots were the same, so that's all that mattered to me. We watched Laser Blast and Space Mutiny, which if you've seen either of those movies, very, very poorly done movies. There were plot holes, there were scene errors. In Space Mutiny, this lieutenant commander gets murdered by the mutineers because she figured out what was going on, right? And the very next scene, two of the other major characters are having a discussion, and they're walking around the ship, and they pass her, sitting there smiling at her console. It is the greatest thing of all time. Mystery Science Theater is great stuff. Highly, highly enjoyable. All right, but we're doing cheese. We're doing cheese here. Not much time for conversation, as it turns out. Who's going to be our cheeser is the question. Evil's going for a barracks, but guess what? So is Lizard. I mean, it looks all the world like a Reaper opening, although Lizard has double gas already, so this usually means a Cyclone of some kind. Lizard is making a Reaper. He's going to use it to defend, and it's a Marine for Evil. So do we go Reaper name on this? You know what? Let's do it. Let's go Reaper name on this. This Reaper's name is Redpool. Redpool was given regenerative powers due to a secret Terran Dominion Black Ops project called the Weapon Y program. Then Marvel Studios, through the power of copyright law, black magic, reached through time and space and sued everyone involved. The Dominion quietly settled the lawsuit and shuffled Redpool into the Reaper program, never to be seen again. Redpool. All right, not Deadpool. Not by any means is it Deadpool. It is Redpool. He's going to kill the scouting SCV that's trapped. This is shooting fish in a barrel, man. So free fish inside a barrel for you there, Mr. Lizard. Another Reaper coming in. This is the Reaper group thing? This might be a Reaper group thing a little bit. Couple Reapers and a proxy fac here for Lizard just south of Evil's main base. Evil's getting a factory of his own. He has some Marines here. At the same time, command center on the way for Evil. There's an expansion, but no such expansion for Lizard. That tells us there are some shenanigans afoot here. So Redpool heading up to the red base. He's not red, though. Killing the SCV. Killing the SCV who's building the command center. Can he pause it? He at least pauses it. Oh, picks off the SCV as well. KD-8 charge blowing those Marines right on back. Right on back. And what do we got? Factory's making a tech lab. Got a starport here as well. This is very Bionny. Is it Bionny who does this, or is it Polt? It's one of those two players who does this sometimes to Protoss, where he goes basically 1-1-1 outside the Protoss base. Just gets rid of that rush distance, and then you can make tanks, you can make Cyclones, Marines, Liberators, whatever you want. Whatever you want. It's very, very hard for the Protoss to hold off. Even pros have a struggle with that one. But two Reapers, Redpool and his buddy are here. And going to kill an SCV. Another SCV that was building a refinery. Did finish the command center, though. It is upgrading to an orbital command. Two Reapers versus four Marines with good micro and some good KD-8 charges. The Reapers might be able to win that thing, but not... I don't know at this level, whatever level this game is. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but Thor on the way. Is it Thor drop? Is it Thor drop rush action? Yes, I think it is. I think it's Thor, and Starport's doing nothing for Lizard right now, but he has enough there we go, enough gas for that medevac. Excellent. Excellent news from our blue Terran player Lizard. Reaper, Redpool, and his friend are doing pretty well for themselves. At least they're not, okay, well, now they're dead. We're going to say that wasn't Redpool. This is Redpool. He's still alive. He has one kill. He killed that SCV who was building the orbital command. Right now we're looking at 3 SCVs and 3 Marines lost for a single Reaper. Lizard's doing this pretty well. Oh, there's another dead Marine. Picking off the wounded one. And here we go. Thor drop action. Medevac comes out exactly the same time as the Thor does. Virtually at the same time. Let's do this. Let's do this, Lizard. Go. I'm liking your plan, but it's got to go now. All right, here we go. Moving on into the red base of Evil. I'm going to drop right in his mineral line. What up, dudes? We're going to one-shot you. SCVs, get out of there. Run. Their little bodies flying across the map as they get blown apart by giant arm cannons. Look at these little SCV bodies getting strewn across the ground. Oh, there's a tank. Is there? Oh, you're going to set up in siege mode, are you? Tank is in range of the Thor, but takes out the tank. Man, Thors are good. As it turns out, that dude has a lot of kills. Get right up next to that tank. Get right up to him. He's not in siege mode. He's trying to be auto-repair, but it's not enough. Look at the DPS on this thing. 30 hit points on the Thor. He is still alive. He needs to be repaired real bad, though. Oh, just replace it with another Thor. You, Thor. hang out for a bit with your 11 kills. And a mule comes down to repair him, but another Thor pops out of the factory. Medevac says, welcome aboard, sir. We're going to get you right back into the action. And by back into the action, I mean this is your first time in the action because you just came out of that factory 2 seconds ago. So moving on in, and what does Evil have to deal with this? Evil has 9 Marines and a Medevac. That is not good. He keeps these poor little SCV bodies just get thrown. The more damage done to a worker, does it kill them faster? I'm very confused by this. The Marines are trying to drop and kill this Thor, but they get one shot. Cannon, cannon, cannon. The anti-air mode's pretty good against these Medevacs as well. This Thor drop is a good time, man. We are down to 16 SCVs for Evil. Lizard going after this orbital command. I don't think Evil can even lift. He's lifting it because it's less DPS coming at him from the anti-air mode of the Thor than from the ground mode. Oh, single target. Ouch. Doing 33 damage per attack. Wait, Punisher Cannon, 33 damage, the ground, air, never mind. It's 55 damage versus armored air units, which is exactly what that orbital command is. Okay, so 3 Thors have now joined the party, trying to take down... Oh, the Medevac's gone. The Marines have no support. There is a tank trying to kill one of these Thors. But if the Thors just kind of wander up into that tank's range, I think they can get it. I don't know. This is actually not working out super well for Evil. Lizard hasn't quite clinched the deal yet here. Keep in mind he does still have this base that Lizard does not. Marines trying to take down the Medevac. They try to take down the Medevac, but the tank's gone. The Thor is gone. Another Thor is gone. This Thor with 14 kills is still alive, but he's being surrounded by Marines. Can he kill all the Marines in time? He hits them very hard. But it is... Oh, he's alive. Never mind. Why did I even question? 24 hit points. A mule comes down to repair this dude. 23, 24 kills. Marines are trying desperately to kill the mule. They got the mule, but they lost so many Marines in the process. And the Thor finally gets taken down. Finally gets removed. Another Thor coming in from Lizard. This might be a failed cheese, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that's a lot of damage done by the blue player. Right, he's killed 29 Marines, 3 tanks, 2 Medevacs, and 17 SCVs, but it is 1 base to 2 base, and sometimes the number of bases involved make a big deal. Oh, Lizard did get a Liberator over here. All right, so Liberator setting up a bit of a defensive perimeter for Lizard to wander his own Thor in. Evil is going to lose this natural base. He's running all his SCVs out. His mining is done. It's done. He did save his orbital command for his main, but it's not landed. It's not landed. This orbital command under direct fire from this Thor, forcing it to lift off. Income is currently, it's going to be 0 is what it's going to be for Evil here in just a second. 80, 50, 20, and 0. That's it. 0 minerals per minute. Got some tanks and some Marines, but 2 Thors and a Liberator setting up shop. Tank just outside the circle, going to try to take down this Thor. And Thor just wander into range and like 3-shot it. And then the Marines come in to try to finish them off as well. No, not really going to happen. 8 and 4 kills on those Thors. Liberator has 2. It's still 1 base to 1 base, though. 16 to 28. Oh, just kidding. Lizard has an expansion. He has 2 expansions. He's been expanding like crazy behind this. I apologize profusely. Got to look at that minimap a little bit more closely, Falcon. On occasion, Liberator setting up shop on the top of this ramp. Marines, SCV is getting murdered. Everybody that comes into this circle is gone. Did they update the death animations for SCVs? These guys are getting blown across. Their bodies are just flying across the map when they die. Absolutely flying. The barracks are gone. Evil can't even make any more Marines to defend against this, and that's it. A good game out of Evil. Evil is defeated. Woohoo! Evil's defeated. And Lizard was victorious. Good game, though. Good game. Thor drops. I haven't seen that one. See, there we go. Creativity. Creativity. My ladies and gentlemen who are watchers. Okay, we'll be back with our next game of the compilation in just a second. Welcome back to the Cheese compilation of Falcon Paladin number 9. This will be a game between Captain Exitium and Ricardo VF on Paladino Terminal, the latter edition. Apparently only 2 maps in this compilation so far. And in the top left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Captain Exitium. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Ricardo VF representing Corvo. Corvo with a flying bird and a crown and some wings behind it. It's a very nice emblem. I like it quite a bit here. We do have 2 drones moving out for Ricardo, which makes me feel like we're going to see some kind of a proxy hatch action from our Zerg player today. Oh, Captain Exitium throwing down the forge first, though. Is he going to try to cannon? Are we seeing the coveted double cheese here today? Seems entirely possible. Seems entirely possible that we are. One drone keeping the attention of the probes. Hey, look at me, he says. I'm Mr. Meeseeks, look at me. And he's trying to build an extractor and not die. He does. He builds the extractor and doesn't die. Ricardo throwing down the hatch in the bottom left corner. Instead at the traditional top right corner behind this smoke, which is harder to see, but as it's more of a traditional location, sometimes Protoss will check this place and not really bother checking the bottom left. Ricardo canceled the extractor, came back in with his drone, scouting stuff out, being super duper annoying, and does get killed by a probe responding. Yeah, bad news bears on that one. Exitium. There are options here. Captain Exitium is throwing down a pylon where the expansion hatch of Ricardo should be, but guess what? Ricardo has no interest in expanding there. His expansion is inside your main base, Mr. Protoss player. So there's the forge. And here are there's a gateway and a cannon coming up as well. Man, he has some plans for this. He knows there's not a base here. Right? He knows? Yeah, he knows there's not a base here. I don't know what he's doing. I guess he's just trying to put up a cannon so any lings running by will get hit a couple times before they get up to his base. And he is walled off at the front. It's just like the worst cannon rush of all time is the problem. So we will see what Ricardo VF can do. His spawning pool is about to finish about the same time that his expansion hatchery does. Some good timing there from our Zerg player. And pop goes the weasel, and here comes the queen. Queen, excellent decision. All right, now here's the game we like to call. Can the Protoss spot the creep spread inside his own base? The answer is it's hard to see. See on the minimap, there's kind of some purple here along the edge of this fog of war, but oh, it's getting bigger. Oh, it's getting bigger. He has to see it. Oh, the lings came out of the darkness. The lings came out of the darkness, and they're here to murder all your things. Cannons immediately coming up from Captain Exitium. And the first lings kill a probe and get destroyed, so that's bad news. The queen's going to come out, though. And I think, what do you want to do? A couple drones, maybe? A couple spine crawlers, perhaps, as well. Queen, do this thing. Ricardo, though, throw down at least a creep tumor, but not in range of the cannon. Don't attack the cannon. There we go. Creep tumor just out of the range of this cannon. Just out of the range. Just perfectly out of range. Good job there. Well placed indeed. Got some lings here. Got some lings at the front door. Trying to kill Captain Exitium's forge, which is exciting. More cannons. And a cybernetics core up. Again, all this wasted resource at the front door of Ricardo's base by Captain Exitium. You want to build things if you're sure you need them. Is the idea here. So a lot of lings out. Captain Exitium is going to lose a couple pylons and a forge. No big deal. Cannon is going to try to kill that creep tumor and does get the creep tumor. Creep's going to recede fairly quickly here. Ling's going to get the forge and they're going to get the pylon though. So no more cannons for Exitium for the time being. Pylon is going down. Queen's trying to get back home to their hatch at the front without dying, and they managed to do so successfully. Another creep tumor here, kind of spreading up along this right side. Now Captain Exitium finds himself surrounded on approximately 3 sides by creep, which is just not a great feeling. Ling's trying to get into the mineral line, but there are 3 cannons protecting this mineral line, dude. Why are you sending lings in one at a time? They just die so quickly. A replacement forge by Exitium on the way. A mothership core's out. Brilliant. Indeed, these queens want to kill that mothership core. The mothership core, get out. There are 2 queens. That's enough to kill you. 1 queen with full health is enough to do it. Good job retreating. Good job retreating there. Ling's knocking down a pylon that is not protected by anything. And then walk into the cannons, losing another one of their number. I mean, I guess they can get this assimilator, which is fine. But, dude, make some drones out of this hatchery and get some spine crawlers up, yo. Get some spines up. You got to siege this. You got to siege this. If you can. Transfusing each other are these queens. This whole right side of the mineral line is pretty much owned by these queens right now. Photon overcharge is up. Queens do get the mothership core, but photon overcharge is going to kill one of the queens. The other one's still alive somehow, some way. Another cannon coming up from Exitium at the same time. Oop, production tab went away. Come back, production tab. Roach is coming in. All right, so Roach is not... Maybe Ravager? Perhaps Ravager. One basing it here is Ricardo, and he is sending some roaches across the map, but guess what showed up at his home? Adepts. Whoa! Captain Exitium is making adepts this whole time. I underestimated this dude. I thought he was just panicking is what he was doing. Roaches at the top. Photon overcharge, getting rid of them. Very, very nicely indeed. These queens trying to kill cannons, trying to kill probes. The adepts pretty much unchallenged at this point in time. Ricardo's going to lose everything that he has inside his main base. He needs this base away from home to get things done, but losing queens to cannons is not the way to do that, man. Ricardo needs to spend his money a lot better. Come on, dude. Spend your money. Spend it well. Adept taking down that queen. Excellent job on that one. Roaches, Lings. I think this is a final stand for Ricardo. Just about. He's got roaches and Lings. He could make some more stuff. He's just not doing it. He's sending some drones out. He got some drones outside of his expansion hatchery, perhaps to expand down here. The natural base of Captain Exitium, but I mean, Ricardo's main base is a ghost town right now. There are no drones, there are no queens, there's nothing. Another mothership core comes out. Is that the third one? He's really lost two. He's lost two mothership cores to these queens. I think he keeps underestimating the power of the queen in these situations. So again, probes keep dying. 23 drones have died and 12 probes have died. So far, I don't know. Exitium might be in the lead, although expanding down here is Ricardo. That is a fair point. Cannons taking down this roach at the same time. Yeah. Oh, cannons continuing to do their terrible work. Mothership core and stalkers going after Ricardo's expansion inside his main base. Exitium might have this thing, you guys. He might actually win in non-PvP in the cheese compilation. Zerg or Protoss players, rejoice. Rejoice, for I think we're watching a Protoss victory. I know there's a lot of creep everywhere, and I know it looks bad at the first glance, but it is 16-2 harvesters. This roach is trying to take down the Nexus by his lonesome, but it's not going to happen. 3 roaches pop out for Ricardo, but against 4 stalkers and a mothership core. Good micro moving the wounded stalker back. Another roach dies. Hatchery down to 39 HP and does get killed. Everybody retreats in the face of these broodlings, at least allowing the cannons to help them out. Here we go. Stalkers and Mothership Core versus roaches. One stalker does die. Another roach gets killed there. I mean, that's it. That's it. Ricardo is toast. 70-2 harvesters. 33-7 total supply. Let's make that 3 total supply. And our Zerg player is out. He's not mining from the natural base that he's taken of Captain Exitium's. The Adepts have actually killed the hatchery. Kill the hatchery. 4 Adepts killing a hatchery is a lot of work, but they managed to do it. They stuck with it, man. 11 kills, 6 kills, 8 kills. Another 6 kills there on these Adepts, trying to take down that spawning pool. It's going to be all she wrote. Let's speed this up a little bit, because I think this is the death throes of Ricardo. Yes, all of his drones in the natural base gone. Natural base gone as well, and that's it. Ricardo is defeated, and Captain Exitium is victorious. Well done, Captain Exitium. Well done, indeed. Again, not the highest level play, but he never gave up. He never surrendered. He got cannons up. He got so many mothership cores up as well. Zerg lost 4,200 resources compared to 1,900 for Captain Exitium. So twice as many lost for the Zerg player. 9 roaches, 20 lings, 28 drones, 5 queens, 2 hatcheries. And Exitium did lose 2 mothership cores, but only 1 stalker and only 2 cannons. Considering he ended the game with 7, that's pretty good. That is pretty darn good. All right, moving on to the next game in the compilation very quickly. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Cheese Compilation number 9. This is going to be a game between Little Bread and Hobag on Paladino Terminal, the Ladder Edition. Once again, only 2 maps so far, but let's introduce these players anyway. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Protoss player, known from this point on as Bag. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Little Bread, representing 360 Dog. I believe that's actually Doge. That is not Dog, but whatever. I'm going to let that slide for now. Also, Bag is represented by a spinning logo of a Baneling. So Baneling representing our Protoss player today. Very interesting indeed. Who's going to be our cheeser? Who will it be? I don't see any sign of anybody being particularly cheesy, which always makes me worried. But more than one screener did select this one out of like the 50 that I sent to make it for this compilation. There's a lot of competition, you guys. Please don't feel bad if you didn't get chosen, because it was a rough group this time around. Again, over 50 cheeses were sent out to be looked at. And I promise I send every single cheese to my screeners to take a look at them. So somebody watched your cheese. Somebody watched it and decided whether it was good or whether it was bad and sent it back to me. Multiple people did this. You got screened several times. So if you didn't get chosen, try harder next time, is my recommendation. All right, guys. Somebody better be rushing Void Ray or like a Cyclone Drop something here, because so far everybody's inside their own base. Nobody's even scouted at this point. Cybernetics Core on the way for Bag, but again, that's super duper normal. Second Barracks on the way for Little Bread, so moderately interesting. Moderately interesting here, if I had to say. Double gas here from Hobag Oswell off of one base, which is okay. If we see a Stargate, things could get a little bit interesting. We're going to speed it up. We're going to speed it up just a little bit here in the early stages of this game. It is a proxy pylon for Hobag here on the top side of the map. So I think we'll get a Stargate. I have to imagine it's going to be a Stargate here, and Stargate. Stargate up for Hobag. Okay, so Void Ray Rush could be interesting from our Protoss player. Going to slow it back down again. Factories coming up, bunch of Marines on the way from Little Bread as well, getting a tech lab on one of those barracks at the exact same time, and a Reaper moving out. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Do we have to name this Reaper? Is that what you're telling me? We have to name this Reaper? And the answer is probably. We probably should name this Reaper. I don't know what he's going to be able to do here, but he's thinking about some things. But guess what? There are two pylons at the front. Bag is throwing down two pylons at the front of Little Bread. Mothership Core on the way to photon overcharge them, and our Reaper is like at a loss. This is Dargo. His story is, Dargo donned his commander's uniform in order to protect him from capture. However, after getting released, he got stripped of his rank and forced to serve as a front-line unit. So this is Dargo. I don't know what he's going to do as photon overcharge is up at the front door of Little Bread. And I don't know what he has against this is the problem. I like the Stargate follow-up to this. Actually, super big fan. Marauder here, trying to take down that pylon, but no, Mothership Core can shoot down. Marauder cannot shoot up. It's actually interesting. Marauder can only shoot down, and Hobag, or this Mothership Core can only shoot down as well. It's a weird thing. Oh, Dargo's dead. He completely dead. So Reaper, anticlimactic, and an Oracle follow-up here from Bag as well. So this Oracle's name is the Gatekeeper. Are you the Keymaster? That's a reference to a movie. 10 points if you know what that one is in the comments. All right, Oracle coming on in, not coming on in, thinking about coming on in, not really coming on in. Mothership Core has 1 kill. Pylon has 4 kills. Getting rid of a tech lab, which is weird. Adept follow-up from Bag as well. I think if the Oracle came in, this might be the end of the game. Adept's getting into this mineral line. Oracle getting into the middle line. Pulsar beam is up. Go the Gatekeeper. So many dead SCVs. Marina Marauder trying to deal with these two Adepts, but what's 1-to-1 in that situation, it's bad news. Oracle is up to 13, 14, 15, 16. This might be the world record for Oracle kills off of 1 Pulsar beam. 21 kills on the Oracle. Gatekeeper, way to get it done. Way to get it done there. And there we go. 1,800 resources lost for Little Bread, and Bag ended up losing 125. That's it. That's it. 22 dead SCVs, 21 of which were killed by the Gatekeeper. Wow, Protoss coming through on that one. So we had a combination of like Adept Rush, Oracle Harass, front photon overcharge pylons, and just wrecked this dude, Little Bread. Little Bread a bit out of his element, it would seem. So good job, Protoss player, getting another win for Protoss. Hooray! We'll be back with the Cheese Compilation number 9 in just a second. Cheese Compilation number 9 will continue with a game between Techmaster and Cicada on Belcher Vestige, the latter edition. Man, no good cheese on Abyssal Reef. No good cheese on Honor Grounds. I mean, what is going on today? In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Cicada from Reboot. That was actually the name of a show I used to watch as a kid. I believe it was entirely 3D animated back in like the mid to late 90s. And in my brain, it looks really good, but then I watched some clips of it on YouTube, and it's like so poorly done. In fairness, it was like 1994. I mean, what do you want with these people with computer animation? The whole thing was computer animated, which very ambitious for the time, actually. Anyway, that's Reboot. And on the top left side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Techmaster, representing Dreams. Well, it's Dreams in the tag, but Dream in the spinning logo, so I don't know. I don't actually know. Probe scouting for Cicada. SCV looking around for proxy pylons at a Techmaster. This is a higher level game, according to the loading screen, so I have some high hopes for this particular one. Barracks, Refinery coming up for Techmaster. Nothing too crazy. On this side of things, Cicada going for a gateway at his front. It's hard to wall this. I mean, by his front, like at the front of his natural base. Very difficult to do, but it looks like he's all sorts of planning to go for a Nexus here. Gateway expand is up, and go! Cicada, expand! 460 minerals! There we go! There we go, Nexus. Man, I feel like the dude on Space Mutiny who he'd get really mad. And one of the robots, I think it was Crow, would always be like, now I'm going to explode my skull through my brain, or like through my head. I don't know what he was trying to do. Skull pushed out through his head. Doesn't make any sense, but it does a little bit. Makes a little bit of sense. Techmaster expanding as well. So we're going for some really one racks, one get expandy type builds here out of these two players. Again, Reaper is out. This is Reaper Snoop Dogg. He is here for the combat drugs. That's why he's here, so he better get some. I mean, if he goes through this whole game just straight up dying without ever activating his combat drugs ability, he's going to be very mad, very upset. And Snoop Dogg doesn't often get mad, but when he does, you just don't want to be around. You don't want to be around. Factory on the way, double refinery coming up for Techmaster as well. Adept coming in for Cicada, warping in from Shakuras or wherever they're coming from these days. Zealot moving out for Cicada, which is a weird move. And here comes our Reaper Snoop Dogg. So far, nothing's injured him, which he's probably disappointed about because that's when the combat drugs kick in. But here we go. There is not a Mothership Core here. There is not an Adept here. There is not a Stalker here. Don't get surrounded. Okay, he took some damage. He took 5 points of damage. Combat drugs. He's staying in combat, though. The combat drugs won't kick in. Oh, wait, they did. I thought they only kicked in if you're... Is it just when you haven't taken damage? While out of combat. He was in combat. Either way, he got some nice combat drugs. He has killed 4 workers so far. Man, he's working hard for the Terran Dominion. Another probe dies. 5 kills and a little bit too... Oh, I thought I was going to die. 4 hit points there. A little bit crazy. The Zealot is up at the front door of Techmaster's base going after this barracks. Maybe this isn't as high level as the loading screen would indicate. This Zealot is being way too effective. Chasing this Marine down, gets the Marine kill. Zealot gets another Marine kill. He's going to... Nope, the Adept steals that one. Steals it. Pylons coming up here at the same time. Mothership Core moving across the map for Cicada. Can Techmaster hold here? Oh, a Cyclone is out. Oh, no. Cyclones do so much damage. Boof, already up to 2 kills. Killed the Zealot and the Adept. SCVs trying to kill Pylons, but guess what's better at killing Pylons? The answer is Cyclones! Ding, 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 ding. Cyclones are really good at killing Pylons. 1 Pylon dead. Adept wants to kill that Cyclone so bad, but the Cyclone just turns around and says, you know what, Adept? I don't like your style. And gone. Is this Snoop Dogg? Snoop Dogg came all the way back home, but Photon Overcharge is here. For Cicada, all the SCVs run for their lives, go to the natural base where it's a lot safer, as it turns out. And, wow. So far, so good from Cicada. I mean, not amazing. Another Adept rolls in and just gets murdered by Marines, and the Cyclone has 5 kills. I feel like I should name this Cyclone somehow. Cyclone using the lock-on ability on the Mothership Core. Again, doesn't have enough... we're never going to find out. Photon Overcharge kills it. I was going to say, is there enough damage on a lock-on ability to kill a Mothership Core? The answer is... no, if I remember correctly. I don't think that there is... I'm so bad at StarCraft trivia, you guys. If there was StarCraft Jeopardy with, like, how much damage does a Cyclone take from a Mothership Core, I would not know. I would not know the answer to that question. I just know generalities. And Adept is here in Techmaster's mineral line at the natural base. Does have 1 kill, but Marines chasing her away. Good psionic transfer back around. Saving her life. Is she going to finish this? She finishes the transfer. Going after these SCVs. Does 3-shot them, mind you. But a couple are already pretty injured. Can get that one that's very injured, and another one who's very injured. There we go. 4 kills on that Adept. Done. Mothership Core coming all the way home is still alive. Both players have set up shop and standardized just a little bit here today. Starport on the way for Techmaster. He's been slowed, but he's not dead. He's lost 9 SCVs. Oh, he lost Snoop Dogg. Did he lose Snoop Dogg to an Adept? He must have lost Snoop Dogg to an Adept. Lost a Reaper, lost a Cyclone, lost 4 Marines, lost a Refinery, and a Supply Depot. And Cicada has lost 4 Adepts and a Zealot and 3 Pylons. Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff the world over. Cyclone coming to the front door, and 4 Adepts going to chase him away. But these Marines are supporting, so we're looking pretty good for Techmaster. He might survive this yet. He just needs to do some damage to get back up in this thing. Cyclones and Marines versus Adepts. You're going to lose some Marines in the process, but Adepts are going to start to fall as well. A Marauder joining the party with a couple more Marines to replace the ones that are dead. Photon Overcharge is up. Mothership Core can't quite get that in range to kill these units. Techmaster forced to pull back a little bit, checking for a third base. There's not one to kill, then swinging back around to the natural, waiting for that pylon to finish Photon Overcharging. Again, it's a little bit of a boring thing, the Photon Overcharge sometimes. All right, Adepts getting right on top of these units. This is how Adepts like to be used, is right on top of everything. Trying to focus down the Cyclone. Marines and Marauders doing some good work as well, keeping the Cyclone kiting back while everything else is shooting at the Adepts. Beautiful play, and then turning around to get the final Adept. Another Photon Overcharge up. Dang it, Mothership Core. How much energy do you have? Not enough for another one. For a bit of time anyway. Adepts really want to kill this Cyclone so bad. And they're going to get it. I mean, oh, you know what? It actually got away. It got away, but it only has 18 hit points. The Adepts decide to leave it alone for the time being. Mothership Core has 45, 46. Almost enough energy for another Photon Overcharge. The window for Techmaster is extremely slow. At this point in time, Cyclone... Oh, there's the Photon Overcharge. There it is. Running away. Running away is Techmaster. 2 Adepts. And a Mothership Core is quite... Oh, Cyclone's gone. Cyclone is gone. Techmaster has more reinforcing units coming down. A tank is on the way for Techmaster as well. Immortal in production for Cicada. So not just doing straight Adept, recognizing I need some higher tech to deal with these shenanigans. And it's going to be an Immortal, which is pretty good against a tank. Techmaster doesn't quite have this yet. I like his position, but it's not incredible to this point. Marines pretty good against this number of Adepts. 3 Adepts and a Mothership Core. The tank needs to get this pylon. I understand you want to kill this warp gate. That's fine. Okay, the Marines took care of the pylon, depowering the Cybernetics Core and the warp gate. Immortal trying to come on through, but Marines are so good against Immortals. Immortal is gone. Liberator going after the Mothership Core. Toast as well. Adepts getting clean out at the same time, losing the tank with this many Marines. 10 Marines and a Liberator inside the natural base of Cicada. That might be all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. It is an Observer and 38 probes up for Cicada right now. Techmaster gonna get the win. I really don't see any way out of this. For Cicada, he's making a pylon. He has 2 Adepts on the ground. He's making yet another Immortal, but tanks continue to stream down. Marines continue to stream down as well. The Adepts are trying to get rid of these Marines, but sneaking inside the circle is a really bad idea. As it turns out, that Adept takes some tank fire directly to the face. Gateway gone. Cybernetics Core going to be gone as well. This natural base is a graveyard of probe corpses right now, which is bad news for Cicada. Immortal can't even come down this ramp because a Liberator has locked it down, trying to escape. Ugh! Immortal can't escape, cannot escape. Liberator gets it on just the barest edge of that circle of doom. More tanks, more Marines moving on down as well. That's going to be it. That's going to be it. I just don't see how Cicada survives this. Not with Adept Immortal, anyway. Has to replace that Cybernetics Core, which is, again, why I don't like having Cyber Cores at your front door. It's the first thing that gets attacked when you come under attack, and it's just super vulnerable when you lose it. You can't attack up, you can't make additional tech structures, and it's just a bad feeling all the way around. Some Zealots warping in for Cicada. It is 74 to 61 total supply. I mean, Techmaster's not hugely ahead right now, but it's just he has a better composition. The Liberators, nothing here deals with Liberators at all. Tanks, amazing. Both pulling back into the defender mode circles are the Marines, and the Zealots just die very quickly. Extremely quickly. Liberators just need to push in, is what they need to do. Get in here, just out of range of that pylon and the Photon Overcharge. Set up your circles, and then continue to move forward here. Mothership Core does not have enough for another Photon Overcharge. Has about 19 energy right now. Additional supply has been called down by Techmaster. Mules thrown down here at his natural base as well. It's 34 to 28 Harvesters, but it's 2 bases to 1. Marines, again, trying to kill these units. Bait the Protoss player into these circles, going for it. This Cicada tank's doing so much damage. Tank is gone, but Liberators 6 kills. Liberator 4 kills. Immortals trying to get rid of that 1 tank, and no, tank's alive with a single hit point. Stalkers coming in, trying to get rid of those Liberators. Getting possibly one of the Liberators. Nope. Not enough. 26 hit points left on that Liberator, but not dead. Not dead yet. Techmaster, and that's it. Cicada's out! Cicada's defeated, and Techmaster is victorious. Woo! Strong play from Techmaster, dealing with the weird cheese out of Cicada, the Photon Overcharge pylons in his own main base. In full view. Zealot Rush, Adept Rush, but man, Cyclone saves the day, and then the follow-up of Marine Tank Liberator is enough. And Cicada's out, so coming back with more cheese will be Falcon Paladin in just a second. Cheese compilation number 9 will continue on Belcher Vestige again between Jeffshi and Promethium. In the bottom right side of the map, going twice as fast as usual, is the red Terran player Prometheum. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Jeffg. All right, so a TVZ here, and will probably be the final match of our cheese compilation. So strap in, should be a good one. It's a bit of a longer one, though, I warn you. That's why we're sped up here in the early game. It is a Rax expand here from Prometheum. Well, Rax first anyway. The expansion part of it is not entirely predictable at this point in time. We have a couple drones coming down for Jeff Shizo. Okay, got a little bit interesting. Throwing down the hatchery inside the natural base of Prometheum. And it's a Marine coming in for Prometheum as well into a factory. He's not going for a 1 Rax expand. Otherwise, he might have seen... Oh, it's a double hatchery out of Jeffg. Yes. Yes. Okay, this is going to be good. Double proxy hatch here from Jeffg. If, when in doubt, go for 2. That was the idea that came into his head. How can I make the proxy hatch better? Well, first of all, send a bunch of lings down. Send some drones down to get some spine crawlers on up. Prometheum. This is why you scout, you guys. This is, again, Falcon Paladin's pro tip of the day. Scout! At least get out your front door. He has no idea this is happening. Does he know about this creep spread? He sees the creep spread now, but again, does he see the creep spread? I don't actually know. Overlord there in the top. Overlord trying to see what is going on. Spine crawlers are up for Jeffg, and they're moving into position. Tanks up for Prometheum, though. He sees this thing, and he blasts it. He going to blast it down. Lings desperately trying to get that tank the spine crawler takes forever to plant. Lings, no. It is a bloodbath of Lings. Can they get through the supply depot? They do, thanks to splash damage from the tank mostly. Another spine crawler trying to plant in range to do some damage, but Prometheum's not panicking. And that spine crawler's not actually in range, is it? I don't think it is. So another spine crawler going to die. This is a good idea by Jeffg. I just... execution leaves something to be desired at this point. Getting tanked so fast was a brilliant move by Prometheum. I'm not sure if he knew he would need them. But if he didn't, it sure worked out. Sure worked out for him anyway. Tank can hit... He should be able to hit this hatchery. Can he not see this hatchery? No, he can't see the hatchery. What is the circle I'm looking at here? Well, now he can, right? No, he can hit that spine crawler, but he can't hit this hatchery. Maybe he's focusing down the spine. Spine's down. Tank is now, what? Hitting nothing. Okay, I guess the medevac left, so an extra range was removed. Is that seriously not in range? More Lings trying to come up here. Marines bravely holding the line, making sure no Lings get inside, and the tanks finish them off. 19 kills for Prometheum on that tank. Okay, so the tank can hit the hatchery. Guys, with medevac support, he can. So again, medevacs allow the tanks to shoot farther than they can see normally. It gives them extra vision. It's the vision thing that tanks have a problem with. Their range is always the same. It's just what they can see and then what they can hit is different, depending on what is spotting for them. So Jeffg's invested a lot into this. He's making a ton of Lings, which I don't know is the right decision here. These tanks, man, are hungry. 23 kills. 23 kills on Prometheum's tank here. Some Overlord coming in for some high ground spotting. But, man, once tanks are out, I think you kind of just go home. I really think you sort of just go home at this point. Trying to transfuse it and keep it alive. No, not going to work. This hatchery is dead. The second one will probably live. I'm not sure Prometheum's going to get in range anytime soon to take that thing down, but we're going to speed it up just a little bit anyway here. Overlord dead. Hatchery dead. Broodlings dead. Upping that kill count. Siege tank's up to 30, but some of those are broodlings, so I'm not entirely sure how much that actually matters. Spine crawler, queen, and a whole bunch of Lings. One whole page of Lings and 4 more, but they're not speedlings, which is a major problem. He doesn't have speed for these dudes, and that helps. When you're running towards a tank, the faster you go, the better. The fewer amount of shots you take from that tank before you reach it. That's why speedlings are good. Same thing with Marines. The faster you get there, the better. Oh, he's going to try to Baneling bust. He's going to try to Baneling bust with slow Banelings and slow Lings. This is going to be the slowest Baneling bust of all time. And I just... Oh, please don't send the Banelings in first. For the love of all Zergs who are watching this, and for their health. The health of their hearts. Don't send the banelings in first. If you send the banelings in and they get crushed by these tanks, and then all you have are more slowlings trying futilely to break this wall, I'm going to be very sad. I may even cry on this cast. So Jeff G, you have one job. You have one job, which is to not send the banelings in first. He does have an expansion, which is pretty excellent stuff here down south. Oh, here he comes. He did send the banelings in first a little bit, but they didn't get target fired down. And look at this. Everything's gone. Whoa! Prometheum in a lot of trouble. Ling's trying to fight against SCVs, but there are a lot of SCVs. Banelings getting some hits off. More Banelings finishing. Oh, the SCV massacre. Follow up. You gotta send in the follow-up, and that's it. A good game out of Prometheum. Prometheum with a GG. Jeffshy. GG. Good cheese, says Prometheum. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Thank you, says Jeffshy. Yeah, Ling's just wrecking this. Prometheum's down to 1 SCV. My bad for no scout. Yes, Prometheum, that is correct. You're bad for no scout. Marines are here for Prometheum, though. Wait. No. He's not winning this thing. Nope, don't send your Lings to their deaths. Don't do it. Okay, doing it. All right. Marines coming down with a Liberator. That might have been a premature GG. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Spore Crawler does take down the medevac. Marines attacking into Spine Crawlers, generally a bad idea, and they are going to retreat out of here. Losing an SCV, can't really afford to do that. Right now, Prometheum. Jeff G, do not... Okay, he's not leaning... resting on his laurels right now. He really needs speed. He can afford speed. He's not getting speed. Don't send your Lings up there. Jeff G, do you have a rally? He does have a rally inside the main base. Change that rally. Change the rally. Dude, is Prometheum going to come back after he was down to like 3 SCVs? And there was good games exchanged? I think that's very well what this might be. Man, we have seen this. We've seen this before. If you don't kill a Terran, the Terran is not dead. I know it sounds obvious, but you can almost kill a Protoss and the Protoss is dead. You can almost kill a Zerg and the Zerg is dead. But if you almost kill a Terran, the Terran is not dead. Mules are really good. Right, mules are good. Walling off is good as well. A lot of banelings here from Jeff G. I don't know that's what you want to do, man. 17 to 11 harvesters. Jeff G not really making drones right now, making roaches, which again, against Marine tank. No, roaches, get away. Get away from the wall. Okay, one of them almost, oh, they went back. Why would you go back? Ooh, another one almost died. All right, so roaches just get their faces smashed in. I think they killed a single Marine during that attack. From the low ground to the high ground. Liberator here from Prometheum. Trying to sneak around. If you can kill these queens, I kind of like what you can do here, Prometheum. The thing is, Prometheum is kind of stuck on one base. I'd love to see him try to expand, but this Overlord is scouting that extremely nicely. Oh, Liberator snuck around. Liberator snuck around the bottom side. He's going to go try to attack Jeff G's expansion. Brilliant. Brilliant move out of Prometheum. I like him sneaking out here and going after this natural base. There's not a queen here. There's no spore crawlers here. He accidentally scouted. He was going for the main, but he's like, this will do. This will do. Drones. Burp, burp. Reaction time from Jeff G is approximately 3 seconds. So that's enough to lose some drones. It's 16 to 12 harvesters right now. Income tab, I am pretty sure, is going to favor the Terran player. It's pretty even. It's about 500 to 500. More gas is coming in from Jeff G because he's actually mining gas. Does he have no queens at home either? He has no queens at home either. Ling for Jeff G is checking to make sure there are no expansions he doesn't know about. Dude, Liberator, you don't have to be this cautious. You really don't. Just get in there and start wrecking. There's no queens here. I mean, as crazy as that sounds, there's no queens here. Roaches and queens are down here trying to attack up this ramp. There are a ton of Marines, though. 30 Marines coming down. Roaches, no shot. Queens, no shot. Spine crawlers, no shot. Expansion base, no shot. I think our Terran player came back after calling out his own GG, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be it. Marines are really good in general, and especially good in lower level games. It just seems like the, the gold, platinum level players struggle with just straight Marine, even if they have, okay, they have Stim and +1. Actually, more upgrades than I thought. I was going to say that have no upgrades. Dude, Liberator for Prometheum, you have this base. Just put a circle right around the hatchery. Nothing will stop you from doing it. Nothing will stop you from doing it. Prometheum moving out with his Marine Corps. It was 30, but now it's 29. Some of them were killed. in the process. Jeff G has some slowlings that could turn into banelings here at this natural base, but they're all toast. Liberator set up a little bit closer, has 9 kills now. Now it's 15 to 12 harvesters. Marines need to go. Like, the longer they wait, the worse this is going to be. Prometheum finally expanding at 13 minutes. He's essentially mined out of his main base. Not entirely, but enough. Lands that orbital command in his natural base. All of his SCVs go to work, throwing down 2 mules. Marines need to get in here, need to kill this thing. There are some slow banelings here for Jeff G. And the baneling hits are going to be everything here. Oh, man, actually, woo, pretty big baneling hits, but not enough. Not enough. There's still almost a full page of Marines here, which is exactly 19. And yeah, with the +1 attack and the stim and the medevac overhead, which is low on energy, but that's it. Jeff G with the lull. How did I lose this game, says Jeff G. Oh, the U win. Such good manner. Such good manner in this game. Some roaches rallying to their deaths as well. We're let down to 3 drones, and yeah, we're going to speed it up. We're going to speed it up because this is all she wrote. I know I said that earlier. I tend to call this early, but it's 9 to 47 supply. There's nothing here for Jeff G. He has 2 banelings and 2 roaches to defend against this group. Here they go, marching up very quickly. Double time, march. Another baneling here as well. Nope. Gets exploded before it can do much of anything. Scans up the ramp, sees there's nothing to worry about. Prometheum coming in for the victory blow. Liberator's up to 11 kills, ladies and gentlemen. 11 kills. Roaches and banes. Banelings explode, killing maybe 5 Marines. So we're not doing great on the Marine count. We're down to 17, but that's it. That's a drone remaining for Jeff G. And that's it. So, I mean, technically Jeff G hasn't tapped out, but he has nothing right now. There it is. There's the GG. GG from Prometheum. Good little back and forth cheese action there. And coming back from the dead is the Terran player, as we always know that they can do. Woo! Whew, a little longer than usual. Did do some speeding up to accommodate for that, but I think that's going to be it for our compilation. Again, if you'd like to get your cheese cast by Falcon Paladin, send it to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of cheese. I will send them to my screeners. The best ones will be cast. All right, so thanks for joining me again on this cast. If you want to hit me up on Patreon, I would be eternally grateful. Even $1 a month from you would be just so appreciated. It'd be the greatest thing on planet Earth. You can find me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And that's going to be it. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.